Welcome back, everybody. It's the evening of October 2nd, and we're going to be on a doe killing mission again tonight. We killed 2 yesterday evening. I've got 2 doe tags left. I'd like to fill one over by the 2-acre brassica plot, or 2, maybe both of them. Who knows? But either way, that's where we're going to go tonight. We've got a wind out of the northwest, which is okay for that spot. It's not great. I'd rather it be more of a west or southwest, but as a northwest, I'll show you on Onyx here. So here's the 2 acres of brassica up here, the corn screen, and then right here I've got a little over a 1/4 acre of a harvest salad planted, and the lazy man blind is right there. So these deer are actually funneling out of mostly this brush right here. So they're coming out and they're working their way right across that lazy man up into the big brassica plot eventually. But they're starting right here in the harvest salad from Real World, and they're feeding in there. So I'm not really too worried about them getting past me, because I just want a shot at a big doe in tight. And by the time that doe catches my wind, it'll be too late for her. I'll have her killed already. So that's the plan. There's some decent bucks that have been coming out in here too that we might get to see tonight, but there's nothing that I'd be willing to shoot as of right now. So that's the game plan. We're gonna go ahead and grab the camera, grab my bow, head down to the lazy man and relax and enjoy the show tonight. We should see some deer, I'm hoping. Well, we're a few weeks out from the archery opener here in New York, and we're getting the portable lazy man moved down to the harvest salad food plot right off the big brassica food plot down here. There's been tons of deer coming out there, no bucks that I would shoot, but a lot of big mature does, and we're gonna let those things have it that first week. So we got her on the forks. We're gonna head down there. Here is the harvest salad from Real World. This stuff came up absolutely awesome. The deer are already pounding it. I've got this camera up right here on the edge connected to solar power, and there has been tons and tons of deer smashing this every night. You can see all the clover coming up, clover and chicory. There's a raven. Lots of different cereal grains. Looks really, really nice. I got this set up as level as I thought I could get it. I'm not sure how level it really is, but we've got good access coming in and out of there. I come right around the edge of the corn, right up the edge of the swamp right here, and right in the back. And a lot of the deer, majority of the deer that are coming up to the brassica up here, they're coming out right out of all this thick bedding in here, and they're coming in here first, and they're working right up through this gap right here. Should give me like a 20-yard shot. Last year this worked perfect. I shot a big doe out of here, I think the first or second week of archery season. Plan to do the same thing this year. Let's get up in there and see what. Well, first let's make sure it's steady. I put some rocks on each leg. Everything is knocked over in here. This is my heated Tideweed chair. These things are sweet. They're really quiet, and you put your battery pack in there, and then you can heat the chair. You have 3 different levels, and boy, it's nice and warm. I feel like I actually got this pretty level in here, surprisingly. Yep. Perfect. Got these new windows that don't slide up and down, which are much easier to use. I think this thing is ready to roll. Well, I think we're gonna have to call an audible here. This wind direction over here is like more out of the north, going just like that, which isn't ideal for the lazy man's right down there. I don't know if you can see it with the sun, but those deer are all bedded right there in that brush, and they come right up out. But you know, I was hoping that we'd have enough of a diagonal wind going toward the cornfield, but it's not feeling like that right now. Well, that wind does right there. Yeah, see that? That wind's right. That's the wind we want. Going right out that way. That was kind of bizarre. Maybe it's just swirling a little bit. I think what we'll do is we'll just sneak down to the blind itself, throw up some milkweed, see what the wind's actually doing down there consistently. If it's not right, we'll get out of there and go hunt up the gas well piece. Look at some of this backwoods buffet from Ravlin Hill. Stuff is massive. There is a lot of food out here, to say the least. Let's go down there and see what the wind's like right at the blind. Right there's the Keen Ranger PT that I use to monitor this 2-acre plot out here. That camera's awesome with the Yacht Club data card. I can, you know, access the camera and refill the card all from an app on my iPhone. Super simple, super easy. Never have to recharge it with that solar panel right out here in the middle of the field. That's a fantastic setup if, you know, anybody's looking for something like that. I love having those types of cameras on these food plots or field edges because you can scan the whole food plot. So like right at before dark, I can get on the app and just traverse that camera across this whole plot and see everything that's out here. So it's not just, you know, focused in on one thing. This ain't gonna work. We're gonna have to go somewhere else. If you notice, my wind's blowing straight to where these deer are gonna be coming from. See that milkweed's just carrying all these deer are bedded right in there. Boy, this harvest salad looks absolutely awesome though. They're all just hammering it. Look at the browse right here. I mean, all these things are nipped off. Got clover, chicory, all the grains from the harvest salad. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to enjoy watching deer pour out into it tonight because it's not right. We'll go set up at our gas well piece in the corner. Well, we made it over here to the corner of our gas well piece. Had some technical difficulties with my 4th arrow camera arm. My strap's not big enough to wrap around this giant maple tree. So I had to improvise and put it on this branch. It's not perfectly level, but it is what it is. These deer funnel out of this corner, coming out into this green field right here.
There's actually a hanging vine scrape right here that looks like it's been used recently. There's no bucks up here that I would shoot that I know of as of right now, but if a big doe comes by, I'll let her have it. There's already a bunch of deer coming out into the new seeding over there. Quite a few of them out there already. Couple big doe. Well, about 15 minutes ago, I had a little spike and a 2.5-year-old buck come sneaking through behind me here. And when they came out into this field, all the deer that were out in the new seeding took off running back into the woods. Looked like there's a 2.5-year-old 8-point out there with all those does when they took off running back into the woods. I'm sure they'll start filtering back out now. I would have to imagine we'll have a few deer that come filtering right up out of this bottom right here and come walking right up through this corner right here. I know they've been doing it, so we'll see. Down. Well, doe tag number 3. Couldn't have drew it up any better. I had, it looked like 3 or 4 of them. A couple of them came out on the trail up top, but that big doe was coming right up this trail, coming right out to the field. I shot her at like 23 or 24, 23, 24 yards right there. Let's see what the Luminoc's at. 25.5. And I crushed her. She crashed right. She only ran about 45 yards and crashed. Big old doe though. Kaylee's gonna be proud of me. I'm gonna be providing venison for months. We really don't have to wait. I seen her go tumbling over the edge of the hill right there. Might as well pack her stuff up and go check out this blood trail. Arrow went blowing right through her. Can't beat that. My hunt was a little bit messed up this afternoon after I was gonna hunt out of the Lazy Man over the Harvest salad food plot, and the wind just wasn't right down there. It wasn't what it was really calling for. The wind was really going right back into the bedding. Rather than mess that up, I knew that there had been a bunch of deer coming out up here, and they oftentimes come right out of this corner right here where this setup is. And it worked out perfect. Normally I let them get right out into the field, but I didn't let her get out there. As soon as she came on the other side of that big maple, I drew when she was behind it, and then let her have it once she got out the other side. Let's go track her down. Well, there's my arrow. She was standing right there. Obviously a bunch of blood already. Messed up my fletching a little bit. Well, let's put this back with my bow. This isn't going to be a hard track to track here. And there she is. She didn't go far at all. Big old girl. That's the innie. There's the outie. Right there through the shoulder. She didn't go far at all. You can see the edge of the field up there.
One thing about it, those 125 grain Grim Reapers really do a number. This went right through that shoulder. I mean, that's a hard spot, and that's the exit. You can see all four blades were fully expanded. It's like a big square opening, like just a big hole in her. Been super happy with them so far. Well, Kaylee and I just made it back from the processors with the doe. She was a big old girl. She's gonna be good eating, and we're in the works of getting that freezer filled right up. I've got one more doe tag. Kaylee's got 2 or 3, and she'll probably wait till it's super cold to kill her doe, because she likes hunting when it's real cold out, I know. So we're gonna eat some cookies for dinner, it looks like. What
Sorry, you can cook dinner. I worked today.
What are you thinking for dinner?
I'm not eating. I'm going to bed.
Could eat some bread and some cookies. Huh, Scout? Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you on the next one.